What's going on, y'all? It's GumGumTCG here, back again with another video, and today I have for you my undefeated locals Hody Jones list. That's right, I went to locals this past weekend and went undefeated with Hody Jones. So I want to go over the deck list, and I have 4 games to show you. So get ready for some local live games. Gonna go over those, little voiceover on the live gameplay, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about the list and everything like that again. So talk about what worked and what didn't. But this is my list. So of course we got the Hody Jones leader. Activate main. You can rest him. Rest an opponent's 3 or less or one of their Dawn. Then this turn you cannot add life cards for your hand for your own effects. So all your fishman effects do not affect you. They do not hurt you any longer after that. But I tried to play this a little bit more like I guess how Whitebeard would just take their life early when they were playing Whitebeard. Early 02 meta, 03 meta, stuff like that. You take your life early, just kind of get some more hand advantage, stuff like that. Play super defensive. I have 4 2Ks in this deck. 2 of them being searchable off of Kami, and then 1 of them being Ezo, which is also a good utility card. The other 2, not much utility in them, but yeah, we are on 4 Ezo, we are on 4 Hachan. Both just good 2Ks. Like I said, Ezo has utility, being able to rest 4 or lesses. Then we're on 3 Arlong. I really like this card, and you'll kind of see where this deck pieces together here in a minute. But Arlong, really good for certain matchups like Moria, like Saka, like Yamato, being able to stop their leader from attacking. So Yamato doesn't get that double attack that turn, and Saka doesn't get that extra minus. Moria doesn't get that extra summon. So that really can help. Next, we're on 4 Kami. Of course, we have to be able to search some of the pieces of our deck. We are on 4 Zio. Nice 2K counter there. Don't ever put this on the field, just a nice 2K counter you can search. We are on 4 Daruma. This card's incredible, being a 3 cost 4K with 1,000 counter, a slash attribute. Dawn ×1 when attacking once per turn. If your leader has the new Fishman Pirates type, set this character as active and give it a power plus 1,000 for the turn. Then you add the top card of your life to your hand. So putting 2 Dawn on this and then being able to swing for 7K twice, also gaining a life card to your hand off of this effect, feels pretty damn good. Especially if you get to put him on the board for free. We'll talk about that in just a second. But next we are on 4 copies of Hammond, just a searchable 2-drop blocker. Nice. It's useful for some matchups. Sometimes you have to put a blocker on the field, so they have to address it before they can start going at you. So having access to that is good. We are on 3 Vanderdecken. Sometimes you have an opponent's body that you just need to get rid of, and this can do that as long as you have a Fishman in your hand or a Noah's Ark in your hand. You can pop any rested character on the field, which is really, really nice. Next, we're on 4 copies of Hyozu. Really like this card. I wish I had 1,000 counter. It doesn't, so we do supplement that some of the no counter cards with our 0 cost event. But being a 4-drop 6K slash type, activate main once per turn, rest an opponent's 4 or less, and then it gains 1,000 power this turn. Then you take the top life card. This card's really, really strong. Gets you around those Borsalinos, around those pesky blockers, Rebecca, stuff like that, and gets you a nice 7K swing in there for free. Also, like I said, taking that life card, it's really not too much of a problem until later game, but like early game, I'll usually take the first 2 I activate, just to get 2 extra cards in my hand without, I mean, sure, you have to be defensive against certain decks, but some decks you can be a little more aggressive with, so I do like that, being able to take those life cards. Then we have the main man himself, Hody Jones, 7 cost 8K strike type, rush, on play, rest up to a total of 2 of your opponent's characters and or Dawn, then put the top card of your life card into your hand. So even if you don't rest anything, you do have to add the life card unless you have used your leader effect that turn. So I learned that in one of my games that you'll see here in a little bit, but yeah, there was nothing to rest, so I had to take the life card anyway because I didn't want to use my leader effect. It was an extra hit I could get in there, so you do have to take the life card on that. Next, we're on 2 Zoro. If this card sticks to the board and doesn't get removed, it could be a game ender, and you'll see that in some of my matches. But really, really good card. Being able to swing 3 times in a turn is absolutely ridiculous. You can load him up with like 6 Dawn, 7 Dawn, and just go for like 3 15 16K swings. It's absolutely nutty. Next, we are on 4 Mihawk. So this is kind of the whole premise of the deck, is being able to play some of these good Fishman cards off of Mihawk on turn 2. You can go first or second with this leader, and you just drop Mihawk. Then you can drop either your Hyozo, your Arlong, your Daruma. You can even drop a Hachan off of it, and it does come in rested, but then it also makes your opponent have to address it next turn. So like if it's rested, and say I didn't play Arlong, say I played something like Hyozo, they're going to have to attack into that unless they want to deal with it later game, which is fine. Most of the time we just defend it. It's like usually their turn 2, so they're only coming at it for like biggest 9K, something like that, or if they have a way to pop it, I guess. But yeah, I really like Mihawk in this deck, being able to play some of these powerful cards like Daruma, Hyozo, and especially Arlong. Bringing in Arlong, it makes it so that they cannot address it usually on turn 2, and you just get to stick 2 bodies for free. Really, really nice combo there. Then we are on some defensive cards, so we're on 2 Punt Gibson, not searchable, but just a little bit of extra counter power. You know, there's turns that we have when we're not using all of our Dawn. You can just hold 2 of it to give you some extra counter power, get around some of those pesky blockers for the next turn. We're on 2 of the 0-cost green event, being able to trash some of these big guys early game if we don't need them. Some of these cards with no counter, just get them out of our hands if we really need to defend ourselves or our characters. We are on 2 Lion Song, and I played this specifically for Yamato, being able to rest their leader when they attack with something else. If they just so happen to not attack with their leader first, being able to rest their leader before they can attack with it is absolutely hilarious, and I love it. Especially even if you trigger this, like you could rest a 4 or less or your opponent's leader. Really, really funny. Is it the best card? No, but I like funny stuff, so thought it was really good. And then 1 Noah's Ark. You know, if you do hit this out of life, it's hilarious, but if nothing else, you just toss away for Vanderdecken. Never really playing it, never really doing anything with it other than trashing it for this, or hopefully pulling it out of life to play it for free. And that's the list. Like I said, let's jump into this live gameplay, and I can show you the games. Let's get to it. One last thing before we jump into these games, y'all. I want to shout out Dueling Guard. If you haven't heard of Dueling Guard, they're the best TCG accessory company on the market. They make the highest quality anime-inspired TCG accessories you'll find, such as deck boxes, binders, and playmats. Absolutely top tier quality. They will elevate your game to the next level, and if you haven't checked them out before, make sure to go check out that link in my description and use code GUMGUMTCG to get a discount at checkout. What? You haven't heard of Dueling Guard? Dueling Guard is the best TCG accessory company on the market. They have high quality deck boxes, binders, and playmats made for people who enjoy playing and collecting trading card games in style. They have tons of designs based off of fan favorite animes such as One Piece, Bleach, Full Metal Alchemist, and many more. They hit the ground running earlier this year, making high quality TCG accessories with beautiful designs that have sold out many times. So if you haven't picked up any of their products, make sure to do so before they sell out again. I have a few deck boxes and playmats from them already and can attest to how they don't cut any corners when it comes to quality, performance, and design. I highly recommend their products and use them every time I play cards. Be sure to check the description below for a link to their site and use code GUMGUMTCG for a discount at checkout. Alright y'all, here we go. We are starting off with game 1 hot with SAKAZUKI, the Magma Man himself. Here we are just shuffling up our decks, getting everything ready. Want to make sure our cards are evenly distributed and stuff. Yeah, game 1, playing Hody, ready to go. Just gotta shuffle up, and I think this one will be a little rough. You know, a lot of our characters are gonna get bottom decked pretty easily by our opponent's stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and roll some dice here. I rolled 9, which is pretty nice. I do get to hopefully choose if I go first or second. I can't remember what he rolled. I'm pretty sure I do get to choose because, I mean, 9's a pretty high number. He has to read my leader effect here. I don't think he's encountered it before. Must not be up to date with the Hody meta. Hody Jones the meta deck. But here we go. Drawing the hands. We're going to take a look at him here in just a second. I did get to choose that I want to go second here. So kind of deciding if I want to keep this hand or not. His hand doesn't look great, but it's fixable. So he's going to go ahead and stick with it. You know, I saw 2 Hinas in there, which is not great, but he can easily discard those, get those back later. I'm going to shuffle up, give it back to him. Ooh, there's new slick Dueling Guard Dragon Slayer sleeves. If you haven't tried those out yet, definitely go check out the link in the description below. Get yourself some Dragon Slayer sleeves. They are the best sleeves you will find. Good luck. Nice little fist bump there, and he's going to start things off with his Saka leader effect, Ditch and Draw. Trying to fix that hand early game. I don't have a first turn play, no Kami or anything, so I pass back to him. He's got another one of those in his hand, but he's going to hold the Hina. Instead, he's going to trash a Helmeppo for his leader effect here. And then on this 3 Dawn turn, he is going to attack me for 5. I'm just going to take it. I'm trying to find some more resources, something to play. My hand was not great starting off. You know, a Kami really could have helped me here. I remember I had multiple counters and counter events in hand. He ends up dropping a brand new, finds a 7-cost Borsalino, which is going to be a problem for us. And then he finds a Tashigi as well, and he's going to search with that. Really trying to fix that hand up. It looks like he's got some great pieces in there. He's got Moria, he's got Ice Age, he's got the Borsalino, and he just added that Hound Blaze. So over to me. I still, if I remember right, I still don't have anything playable at this point. I'm thinking of what to put on the field. I can't put anything good on the field, so it's really just not worth my time. I'm just going to go swing big, you know? Sometimes that's what you got to do. I swing for 9, pass back to him, and I don't like the fact that he has 2 little guys on field because of Hound Blaze. That just makes those little guys become easy attackers, you know? Become 6 or 5k bodies easily. He's going to start with Leader Effect, picks that other Hina in his hand, gets a Rob Lucci, not too bad. He's going to go at me for 6. He's going to try to start getting 2Ks out of my hand. And luckily enough, I am sitting on enough of them. I believe I had 2 Ezos at this point. He goes ahead and throws down a Kuzan, gets a draw. That's not looking good for us. We don't like that Kuzan because he's going to be able to get rid of our big bodies like our Hody or our Zoro if we stick those later. So I'm trying to think if there's a way I can deal with this. At the time, I don't believe there is. I'm just going to hit for 8. He's going to take it easy. I'm going to pass. Like I said, my hand was rough this starting turn, but we are playing Hody Jones. You know, we already have the W secured, so no need to worry about that. Any game with Hody is a W for sure. So whether we put something on the field or not, he's going to activate Leader Effect, ditch a Helmeppo again. He's already got 2 in there, plus 2 Hinas. Like, he's sitting good if he needs Rebecca into Hina. And he's sitting good if he needs Moria. He's going to go ahead and attack me for 5. He's going to try and get some of my cards out of my hand because I'm sitting on a lot. I've only pitched 1 card this game. I've drawn every turn. I've taken a life card. And I'm trying to decide if I want to pitch a 2K for this because if I remember right, I don't have any 1Ks either. I have a Punt Gibson, though, and I am going to rest that Kuzan because I want to try and get rid of that next turn. So gonna give him that Gibson, rest his Kuzan, and I can tell he's not too happy about that. He doesn't want me to take that out, but I don't think he cares that much. He's gonna hit me for 5. I did have a 1K, hits me for 7 again. I do take that hit. I don't really want to counter that again. We're only on 3 life to his 2, so we can make something happen here. I did draw the man himself, Hody Jones, off the top of the deck there, so that feels really nice. But he doesn't have anything to rest here, and even if I play it, unless I use my Leader Effect, I do have to take the life. But I'm going to try to just clean board. So I'm going to go after that brand new. He lets me have it. You know, I think the brand new is a little bit better to take away from him than the Tashigi. Even though he can bring it back off of Moria if he wants to. I do use Hody. I have to take the life card even though I don't rest anything here. Like I talked in the deck profile. But I am going to swing 9 at that Kuzan. I don't want that on the field. I want to make it harder for him to get rid of that Hody. I do have a Zoro in my hand, I remember. I did have a Zoro in my hand, and I want to stick that next turn without having to worry about it getting removed. So taking away that Kuzan, I'm hoping that that forces him to either have to use his Ice Age here or his Moria play here. But yeah, his hand was just so big at that point. I mean, mine was good. I had like 8 cards in hand as well, but his was sitting on like 10, 11. So it was really starting to look like an uphill battle from here. He's thinking about how he wants to go about getting rid of this Hody while applying a lot of pressure at the same time, because he knows that big body's it's definitely a problem if he lets it stick around. So I mean, he's got multiple eruptions. He's got the Moria into the Helmeppo. I mean, he's got an Ice Age. Like he can definitely deal with this, no problem. He's just got to think about the right way of doing it. And you know, that's the thing about a good Sokka player, is they have to figure out the line without going overboard. And that's exactly what he's doing here. Trying to figure out what it is to do to get rid of that Hody for the least amount of Dawn. So he's going to attack me for 6. I counter, minuses the Hody by 1. Great Eruption, draws, minuses by 2, so it's down to 3. And he plays that Borsalino. So he got pretty good use out of that Dawn, stuck a big body, and he did not even use an Ice Age or Moria or anything like that. So, like I said, I do have that Zoro, but I mean, playing it's just risky, you know? Like, I have to basically hope that he doesn't have Ice Age, and if he does, yeah, that's a problem. And yes, I am a dirty stinking cheater here. I did look at 5 with Kami. I thought it was 5. It is 4. Please don't bash me too hard. I found a 2K off of it. I don't even remember what the last card was, but I'm pretty sure I just took a 2K right in the middle there. So apologize for that. But Yeah, pass back to him. I'm praying he doesn't have the Ice Age or a way to deal with this Zoro without going overboard. And, I mean, you can see it right at the top of his hand. He's got that Ice Age. He's ready to remove it. He's going to go 5 at me and reduce the Zoro by 1. I give him a 1k. He goes 8 at me. He's trying to get more cards from me for sure. I really don't want to take this life card, but I'm going to end up taking it. Really hoping for another Hody or something like that, but if he can remove this Zoro, it's pretty bad for us. So he's going to put it down by another 2, draw another card. He does have the Ice Age to put it down by 5, so it is a 1 now. And he's got the way to remove it. He's got a Moria here. So not only is he going to remove both of my bodies, but he's going to be able to stick 2 new ones, get a search. I mean, that's really where the power of Sokka comes in, is just being able to do this and go crazy with it. He got a search with brand new, and he got to pop both with Rob Lucci. I mean, yeah, definitely an uphill battle from here. Thinking about what I can do, but he go ahead and he uses that leader effect one more time, passes back to me. We're going to get another search with Kami. That time I did only do 4. Like I said, I apologize for that. I thought it was 5 at the beginning. Definitely my fault. Haven't played this deck in paper until this day. Was mostly testing on the sim, but believe I only do 4 the rest of the games as well. That is my bad. Really trying to think about the best way to go about this, and I'm going to hit for 7 at his leader. And like I said, he's got a whole bunch of cards in hand. It's no problem. Pitch some counter. I'm going to play a blocker. I'm going to play the guy that gets to restand himself and pray that I can live this next turn. Blocker's no problem for him. It's a 2 cost. He's got the Hound Blaze. Just bottom decks it. Gives the boost to brand new. Go ahead and hits me for 7 here. Let's see. I got some counter. I got the 0 cost event. And I'm going to use this Lion Song to rest his Rob Lucci, taking out a whole nother attack. Defending myself. He's going to go for 9. Going to make me try and throw away 3 cards. I do have it. I throw away 3. He hits me for 5. No trigger. Hits me for big old number right there. But even though we went to 0 life cards, he did hit me for a final blow. You know, we are playing Hody Jones, so that's still a W. We are 1-0 W streak up with Hody Jones. So let's go ahead and move into the next game. Show you how we got the W with that one too. All right, y'all, here we are, ready to gear up for Game 2 with Hody. We took that last one W just because we're playing Hody Jones. Like I said, every game's a W no matter what the outcome is, just because we're playing the leader. So we're going to shuffle up and cut. We do play the cat game this time. I rolled a 5 here. He rolled a 4, so I do get to choose again. I'm going to go second again. I want to take that curve from him. No Big Mom on 10, and hopefully get myself something to start with at the beginning here. Not just load up on counters at the beginning. Like I said that last game, unfortunately, we just started with a whole bunch of counter in our hand, no early game plays, and this opening hand wasn't great either, so we're going to shuffle that back and try to find something a little bit different. Both of us mulligan, so these are the hands we got to keep now. And yeah, so dropping some stuff, moving the camera. Unfortunate, but I will fix that angle for you here in just a second. I do find a Kami off the top, so it's just like pudding. Top 4, get a little search action going, and see what we can't take. We're going to take Arlong. I want to keep him off that leader effect. His leader getting to attack, getting free knowledge, moving those cards around, and getting that big boost for free. Not what I want to see. He had taxed me for 5. I probably should have counted this, but I went ahead and took it. I was looking for Mihawk at this point, I'm pretty sure, and I think I found it. So pretty sure here we're going to go Mihawk into Arlong and get that leader to not attack next turn. I'm going to attack him for 5. Here's the Mihawk. Here's the Arlong. Arlong effect on leader. Pitch another Arlong. I also thought that I probably should have held that second Arlong just for next turn, because keeping off that leader attack, like I said, is really detrimental to Katakuri. He doesn't get to move his stuff, and really keeps us on high advantage, keeps him from 1 less attack each turn. I found a 2k counter off of that Kami that I played as well, and I passed back to him. He does have the Gadatsu for that Arlong. Like I said, if I was able to use that second Arlong this next turn, I think we would have been in a much better position. But yeah, we're sitting pretty good right now. I would have liked that Arlong to stay on field. Gadatsu's a menace. especially against these 5 life leaders. But trying to think about how I want to play out this turn. You know, don't want to go too aggressive. Want to try and keep him off of those triggers. I do hit him there, and he takes it. I believe it was the 0 cost event, so he could not trigger that yet. I go for another 5. He does counter that with a Sanji blocker, and then I go for a 6k swing there. 7k, sorry. He takes it, triggers a Satori, which is no bueno for us. Now he's got 4 attackers coming at us this turn. Very, very unfortunate. But he's going to clear board. So he goes for that Kami. And then he goes for that Mihawk as well. Just trying to get our bodies off field. Keep us off of attacks. Now he's going to go for 6 at us. Going to counter this one. Just keep us on higher life if we can. We do end up taking the 7k swing from leader. He looks at his life, keeps it there, so it's probably a good trigger. Something he wants to stick, and then plays a Kikunojo. Back to us. Getting scary. He's going to be on 9 Dawn next turn. Going to have to watch out for things like 7 Mom, Katakuri, stuff like that. So trying to figure out how I can apply pressure this turn and also keep his pressure down. You know, we want to make sure that his board is not too crazy. So I do go for 5 at that Satori. You can see right here he has almost no counter in hand. He has that 0 cost event, but he really doesn't want to get rid of it. I do have the Vanderdecken with the one of Noah's Ark to pop his Gedatsu. He read that card. He's like, that card's fucking insane. That pops any rested. Yeah, Vanderdecken's a really hilarious card, and I think it's a it's just really powerful. I wish it was in some other decks as well. Hopefully we'll see it eventually in the future in some more lists and stuff. But for now, it's in the best deck, Hody Jones. We are going to Arlong again on his leader, just going to keep us a little more defensive and play a blocker as well so that he has to get rid of it, deal with it somehow, because now he only has 2 attacks this turn. He does have the reject for that Arlong, though. He doesn't care about the blocker. He wants that Arlong gone. And we're sitting here talking about how good of a card Arlong is. I am left with only 1 card in hand at this point. Kind of low on card advantage. He hits me for 6, I block it. Hits me for 6 again, I take it. Drops a Sanji blocker. So now we got to kind of figure out what we want to do here to get his life down low enough. I'm pretty sure I do have the Zoro in hand at this point, but next turn is looking pretty rough if he has the 10 Mom. We go at that Parasparrow, let him get that top 3. He takes the Charlotte Amand, nice 2k counter there. Just trying to sit a little higher on counter power there. We do have the Zoro. We do play the Zoro, and we pass. So, basically, next turn, it's next turn or never. That Zoro could secure us the victory, but against a yellow deck like Katakuri, you know, those triggers, I mean, if he hits a beige, you can just trigger it on our Zoro, and that's really tragic. We do end up having to take that Kiku hit. He does hit us with that 10 Mom, trashing that last life, going back up to 4 on his side. So we have to connect 5 hits here to be able to win, and he has a Sanji blocker on field, which is, I mean, kind of holding us back. We do have Hody, though. We do get to rest. Really wish we had something like Vanderdecken again to be able to pop that 10 Mom and maybe trying to clear the rest of his board up. But we do attack for 5. He stops that hit. We go for 8. He's got a trigger he's thinking about. He's got a reject. He's just going to take that draw. Now we got to figure out if we can't get through the rest of this. We go for 9, restand. And then we're going to go for 9 again. He does have a Brûlée blocker there. So maybe that we should have waited on our leader so that we could have used our leader effect to counter, or not counter, but rest the Brûlée. Really thinking about how we could have ended that game differently. He did get us the next turn on the crackback, but like I said, we're playing Hody, so it's a W either way. Doesn't really matter. So that's 2-0 with Hody Jones. That's what I'm talking about. 2-0 in my book. Let's go ahead and get into the third game. Alrighty, y'all. We are getting into this next game here. We're going to go ahead and start shuffling up. We are playing against Moria, Shadow Man himself. Went ahead and rolled some die here. My opponent won the die roll, so he is going to get to choose first or second. And yeah, I feel like this is going to be a tough one. You know, removal is a little tough for us to deal with. But, you know, we're playing Hody, so it's always a W. It doesn't really matter at that point. Removal, removal, whatever you want to call it. He makes us go first. We do not see the Kami, but the rest of our hand is pretty good. We did decide to keep. His hand was pretty good too. He decided to keep as well. He starts off with a brand new, and he does have 2 choices there. He wants the Great Eruption or the Borsalino, and he takes that Borsalino. Great blocker, but we do have many outs to it in our deck list. So we're going to go ahead and start swinging. We're going to go 5 at his leader. He's going to take no trigger. They don't really play too many triggers in Moria, so we don't really have to worry about anything. We do have the Mihawk into Daruma, which is a great combo here. And now it's basically up to him if he can find a way to remove it or not. You know, if he has great eruption into leader effect with Absalom, something like that. But he's going to go 5 at the Daruma, and he's just going to play that Borsalino. We do have the counter for the 5k swing, and like I said, Daruma is one of my favorite cards in this list. It really shows some power. We're going to go ahead and swing at him for 5. See if we can't bait out that Borsalino block. Yeah, we did end up baiting out the block. So now we're going to think about how we want to maneuver a little bit more. We're going to go for another 5 at him. He's going to give us that hog back for a 6k counter. We're going to go 7, take the life card, restand at his leader. Really just trying to get in there early. And we got him down on 2 life already. We hit him 3 times. Feeling pretty good, but his hand is loaded. He is going to be able to start removing stuff and piling up his graveyard, unfortunately. But, you know, we always got to do something. He's going to go Great Eruption, give our Daruma -2, making it a 1. And I believe he does have the Absalom, if I remember correctly. Pretty sure he goes 6 here into the Mihawk. He's going to pitch Absalom. He's going to mill another Absalom and a Helmeppo. Plays the Absalom. He's going to use it, shuffling back Great Eruption and a Sabo to the bottom of his deck to pop the Daruma, and he's going 6 at the Mihawk. So we're going to let that Mihawk die. Don't really want to pitch 2 cards for it. He does have that brand new swing as well, so he's going to go 5 at our leader. And yeah, I kind of decided if I want to go down more, and I do think it's worth it. I'm gonna go down with another 2k. So now it's back to us, and we are on 7 Dawn, I believe. So Hody incoming, if I have it. I'm pretty sure I did have it at this point too. So yep, we go Hody. We're gonna rest both. We're gonna take that top life card. Like I said, I like taking it early if we can, just to be able to get more cards back in our hand, and getting that leader swing is really, really powerful in certain matchups. So trying to figure out what we want to do, how we want to maneuver, and we're going to try for board. So we're going to clear that brand new, and then we're going to go with that Borsalino for 8, see if he wants to save it or not. And he is. He's going to give us 9. Actually, I'm pretty sure I went for face there, and he still gave us 9. So I'm totally fine with that. He still has a whole lot of cards in hand, which is not the best thing to see, but getting 2 of them out of there is pretty good for our Hody. We're still sitting up on 3. You know, he is on, I believe, 8 Dawn this turn, so Moria's going to be coming down here soon. He's going to go for 5. We do have the 1k for him. He's going to go 1 for Ice Age on our Hody. He's not bringing out Moria this turn, but he is going to try and remove that Hody. He does have another Absalom and Grave, so as long as he's able to bring that back, he can already remove our Hody, and that's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to pitch Rob Lucci, he's going to mill 2 more, he's going to bring that Absalom back, shuffling back those Great Eruption and Ice Age, being able to pop the Hody, and he's going to swing at us for that 6 with his leader. We do give him the 2k there. I apologize for what my camera's doing right now. It's trying to focus. I believe it's wobbling there, trying to focus. Someone must have bumped the table. Gonna go ahead and draw. We are up at 9 now. Trying to think about what we can do. We're staring down a whole board of attackers with a blocker. He's still got 2 life and like 5 cards in hand, so it's not looking great for us now. We did feel pretty good before, but now we're just kind of struggling a little bit. Trying to think about how we want to do this. And I do have an R-Long, so that is going to be able to help us stop his leader. But next turn, he's probably already got Moria, so we're going to go for a 6k at lead. Make him have to use that Borsalino and a counter if he wants to. We are going to play that R-Long, pitching a 2k, which feels really bad, and dropping a blocker. The last card in our hand is Punk Gibson, and I'm pretty sure... yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Punk Gibson, not the Lion Song. We're on 3 life still, which feels good, so as long as he can't remove our board, I'm feeling decent. But with Helmeppo and Lucci and Grave... also with 5 cards in hand, I'm not feeling great. We do trigger a Lion Song out of life here, being able to rest his Absalom. So that feels pretty nice. And his leader doesn't get to attack this turn, so he's only got, theoretically, 2 more attacks coming at us. But like I said, pretty sure he has the Moria. Yep, here he comes. Shadow Man himself, and he is going to play Rob Lucci. He's also going to play Helmeppo, so he's going to Helmeppo on our Arlong, giving him -3. He's going to Rob Lucci, putting back 2 Sindris and another Absalom to pop both, and now we're kind of sitting empty-handed. Doesn't feel good. We should have used our Punk Gibson to be able to rest his Borsellino at least that turn, but you know, sometimes you can only do what you can. We do have the Ezo, and then we're going to go 12k at face. He's going to take it. We're going to pass. This was a misplay. I should have held 2 more for that Punk Gibson. Kind of forgot about it at that point. But he goes 7 at us. We take it. He goes 9 at us. We take it. And he goes big old 19, 18 at us, 15, 14, something. I don't know why I'm counting down. But yeah, he got us there. But like I said, we're playing Hody, so it's still a W. So we're 3-0. 3-0 with Hody. Going crazy today, honestly. Hody Jones is just the best leader, meta leader here. So if you're not on the Hody wave yet, just go ahead and hop on it. Throw your other deck away, and let's gear up for this 4th round. We're going to be playing against ENEL. All right, y'all, here we go. Gearing up for Game 4 against ENEL. We're ready to go crazy here. Feeling pretty decent about this. If we can stick Zoro, that gaining an extra life on his leader is no problem at all. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle up and cut our decks here. Get our life. Let's roll some dice. I roll an 11, so feeling good. You got a 6, so yeah, I do get to choose. I'm going to go second, take that Shura search away from him, and then we are also going to get to hopefully find Kami. So that's what we're looking for. He did not like his opening hand. He's going to go ahead and mulligan. He's going to take 5 more, and he's going to get his life. And he's going to start pass. 2, we're going to start off with a pass. No Kami this time. Pass back to him. He's just going to go big swing at us for 8. And we do have the Gibson. We're just going to go ahead and use it. Don't want to take that life too early. We're going to go ahead and get our Dawn. We're sitting at 4, so big 9k swing. We don't have anything to play. This one's looking a little rough as well off the start. So I believe we have some pieces that we want, but nothing crazy yet. And we're also kind of playing around that Gadatsu. You know, Gadatsu's a little crazy. He's going to play Onami, give his leader Banish, and go for a 9k or an 8k swing. I'm just going to give him 2 2ks. Don't really care. I'm going to go ahead and get our Dawn sitting up at 6. Pretty sure we have a Mihawk here. We're going to go 8k at lead. He's going to take no trigger. But we do have the Mihawk into Hyozo, which feels pretty nice, but he is accruing a lot of cards in hand. This is what Enel likes to do, play like 1 body a turn. Doesn't really counter, just kind of takes that life, gets a lot of cards in hand. He hits us for 5, we take it. Gadatsu does pop that Hyozo. Like I said, that's kind of one of the things I was scared of. He's going to try and hit us for 5 with Onami as well. We end up taking that too, trying to replenish those cards, especially after losing an attacker last turn. So, seeing what we can do. Let's go 4 into this Onami, just kind of clear it. Annoying that we have to, but all it takes is 2 Dawn to be able to start attacking with it, so got to get rid of it. We're going to go for another 9k here, and let's go ahead and go Arlong. And I tried to do it on the Gadatsu, but I forgot that it has to be leader, so we do end up realizing that the leader can't attack. It has to be leader, so his leader's not rested, but he just leaves it rested, so he knows not to attack with it. He is going to play Yamato. He's going to pop my Arlong, and he is going to heal that one. Maybe we shouldn't have attacked last turn, but was kind of hoping he didn't have the Yamato. We're still up on 3 life, though, so I'm feeling decent. I'm feeling okay. We are going to go 6 at that Gadatsu, try and get a card from him. He's going to give us a card. We're going to play that Zoro and pass back to him. You know, we're sitting fine on 9 life, and he's up at 10 now. He does have some attacks coming our way, but hopefully we can just kind of clear him out next turn with this Zoro. I mean, if we can just hit him with a bunch of attacks, that's good. He dropped a card here. He's going to go 7 at us. We're going to give him the 0 cost event. Going 8. He's going to go another 7. We're going to take. No problem. Big Mama. I don't want to give him another life card because I don't want to have to worry about a trigger. So we're going to trash ours, and we're just kind of hoping that we can win this next turn. He has quite a lot of cards in hand, though, which is kind of the problem. So if he didn't have as many cards in hand, I feel like we would be fine here. But because he has so many cards. That's kind of the problem, you know. Like, even though our Zoro can swing so many times, like, we're gonna have to get him to get a couple counters out of hand. So we go for 5 with Mihawk. Also trying to think of how we can put up some defense or something. We're going to go 9 with lead. See if he'll take that. And don't think he's going to. You know, if he takes this, then we can probably just kill him with the Zoro. So he tosses 3 2Ks to stop us from that attack. Still sitting with like 5 cards in hand too. This is the annoying thing about Enel, you know, like they just go crazy. And he shows me the other Yamato too, and I was like, yeah, I figured you had it anyway. So we go try to clear that that Gadatsu. Trying to think if I want to play something else and play this turn differently, or if I want to try and just clear out that life. But if I clear those last 2 life cards, he gets 1 back off a leader again anyway, plays another Yamato, gets back up to 2. It doesn't really matter if I take those life cards off of him at all, so it's not even really worth attacking with the Zoro again. Really just contemplating what we do from here. So I'm going to play 2 for a little blocker, and I'm going to hold 2 for an event and pass. Like I said, if we had attacked with that Zoro, he was just going to get that life back anyway off the Yamato. Even if he let me clear both, he'd still be left with 1, get another back with Yamato. Like, it's just kind of doesn't really help us. We would really need to go for it again the next turn. So trying to live through this blocker, a couple cards in hand, an event. He's going to go for 7. We're going to go to 8. I don't even have the event in hand. I thought I had an event, but I guess I just had 2 Dawn to hold. And he has the Rush Enel as well. I forgot and didn't anticipate this card coming down. Didn't have anything for him. So he ended up getting us there. And even if we did go for lethal, like, that last life card was the 0 cost event. So not only healing once off a leader, he would have healed twice because of that 0 cost event as well. Really crazy. So he ended up getting us there. But we're playing Hody, so it doesn't really matter. We take the W. Yeah. How about we go ahead and take a look at this Undefeated W meta leader deck list one last time. All right, y'all, we are back here after all of those games, and of course, if you made it this far in the video, you know that this is just a joke video. Happy April Fools. I really just wanted to show you something fun. I took this deck to locals, had a great time with it. Even though I didn't win any of these games, I know I'm going to catch some flack for saying undefeated, whatever. You can see in the comments it says April Fools as well, so don't bash me too hard. Just thought it'd be funny, show off a deck that I've been having fun with on the sim, just testing out, nothing serious, you know. I do wish that this leader was a little bit better. I really just wanted to play it for all the memes. There's a lot of memes going around about Hody right now, and I do like some of these Fishman cards. I do think some of them are pretty good. Like I said, Hyozo is pretty good. I do like Daruma a lot. This card just being able to restand and swing twice is really, really good. Arlong is really good, especially when you play him off of Mihawk. I mean, you saw in these games a couple times where I did get to pull off Mihawk into one of these other guys, and it's really good unless they have the removal for it or can take care of that body. But again, like I said, this is all good fun. Just wanted to make a nice April Fool's video, and I hope you enjoyed the gameplay. It's a lot of fun to play this deck. I'd recommend trying something like this out for yourself. If you have any improvements for me, if you have any suggestions, let me know down in the comments below. If you're a Hody main, I'd love to hear your take on this. I'd love to see what you're thinking. I just wanted to play some of these cards. Like I said, I think a lot of them are really funny. I wanted to be able to put Zoro into a deck that I thought it could fit in well, and I think this is one of those decks, you know, like you don't have too many plays. You're not stacking crazy bodies every turn. You're not using a lot of Dawn every turn. Being able to stick this on your 9 Dawn turn or your 10 Dawn turn, really, really good. If you can stay alive that long against a deck and make him stick and they don't have blockers or triggers to worry about, you can usually close the game out. It's pretty damn funny. Hody's also really good in here. Like I said, being able to not take that life card and get that effect is pretty good, but if I'm at like 3 or 4 life still by the time I drop Hody, I don't care to take the life, you know. Getting to rest 2 bodies, typically you can clear a board with it. You know, you can attack a small body with your leader, drop Hody, rest 2 things, clear one of their bigger guys, and then like if you're at 10 Dawn, you could even play a Vander deck and pop something else. So like I said, this is really just some theory crafting, some fun I had with this deck. I'd love to hear what you have to think. Hop into my Discord, show me your Hody list if you got one. Talk to me more about this. If you have something that's been working crazy well for you, let me know. I wish some of these cards worked better in their leaders' decks, but unfortunately they are leader locked, like the Daruma. Hyozo isn't leader locked, but Daruma is, and there are a couple other cards that are, but like the I can't remember his name, but he's a 5 cost and he plays a 4 or less Fishman type, which unfortunately you can't play Hyozo off of that because Hyozo is a merfolk, but there is a Hody and Hyozo promo coming out, and should be getting that at Pirate Party soon, and that is a Fishman and merfolk type, so you can play that off of him. But in the meantime, I've just been playing the Mihawk. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's just for the memes. It's all in good fun, and I really hope you've enjoyed this video. Definitely make sure to go check out Dueling Guard in the comments below. I'd love for you to go check out their stuff. Use code GumGumTCG, get a discount at checkout, and yeah, I will see you all on the next one. Peace.